Hi Scorpio, this is your reading for April 2020. So this is for April's Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Scorpio Rising signs. I hope that you're enjoying your bi-weeklies in addition to your extended monthlies. That's what today is going to look like. An extended reading for you. We're going to lay 2 layers of tarot in a Celtic cross, and then we'll get a card each from the Oracle decks to polish off your reading today. So, general messages for Scorpio, April 2020. General messages, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, April 2020. All right, guys. I am reading March 19th for you, and it is the first day of spring, apparently. So, happy spring, everybody. So this is just your first layer here. Look at all those majors. I am noticing that not a lot of people are getting swords cards. And I suspect strongly because everything is changing so rapidly right now that we really don't have time to think or process too much. I say that and we end with the Queen. This column is for the last 2 weeks of the month anyway, so that could make more sense. We could have more information by the end of the month. Bottom of the deck energy for you is the Ten of Pentacles. Really, really nice. This is concerning legacy. This is your abundance. This is wealth. This is family. Okay, mother and father, grandparents, grandchildren. This is how money is passed down. This could also be wills and estates. So bottom of the deck energy. Let's look at the second deck here. I'm going to shuffle in just a moment. I'm just looking for some similarities. I want to mention quickly that we do have 2 pages. Right now, we have 2 queens right now as well. It's my understanding that 2 queens can be tricky. Hopefully, maybe we'll see another one that might balance it out a little. But 2 queens does indicate slander or maliciousness, so watch how people are talking about you, or watch what you say in groups of women right now if you're not convinced they have your back. All right, folks, so let me just get your second layer out and we'll dive right in. Qualify April 2020 general reading, Scorpio 2020. I promise just as soon as I can, I will get a larger deck here. It's always nice to see 2 similar sized cards. I more or less tried this to see if I liked it, and I really do, with the double layer. Wow, very interesting. A lot of high power cards here. Here's some swords. Here's some swords. Very interesting. We do have some swords over some matters of the heart or your emotional world here. Let's just dive right in, folks. Here's some more cups. All right, so as I mentioned, bottom of the deck energy, we are looking at the Ten of Pentacles. As I mentioned, more legacy, wills and estates. This is enormous wealth. This could even just be what you have sort of squirreled away. This is, your assets and income. And then it's qualified by the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups always just indicates we're going to move away from troubling emotions. We're not going to be, let ourselves be emotionally involved or troubled by something. And it's looking sort of right at this Ten of Pentacles. So it looks like a decision around moving away from emotional, say, distress or concern or worry around a legacy issue is sort of what's going on. Bottom of the deck energy for me just means that it's what underlies the whole reading for you. So let's look at these cards in their respective positions. So we have a lot of pentacles here for you folks. Money, health, income, assets. I would even say shared possessions. We do have some Scorpio energy showing up here. And again, we are dealing with some more Ten of Pentacles. So shared finances, you know, grandparents, grandchildren, wills and estates, legacies could be very, very interesting and important to you this month here, Scorpio. All right, so Queen of Pentacles qualified by the King of Pentacles. You could be in a couple. You could be a Scorpio in a couple right now. You could have, you know, Earth in your own, first 5 planets of your own chart. You could be married to an Earth sign, very likely Capricorn or Taurus individual. Could be Virgo. We do have the, where do I see him? The Hermit over here. So we're dealing with a lot of Earth sign energy or something of a practical nature, right? This, and you know, we don't have, for example, the Hierophant. I don't necessarily see this as an institution for you, but certainly, you know, money management, assets and investments, practical issues of all sorts here are indicated. So this is the influence that these cards have on you, or the direction of the reading. Assets, relationships, coupling, mother, father, maternity, paternity, and again, wealth, right? Wealth, health, luxury. This could also, with the Queens, we're looking at a sense of nurturing, typically. So we could be, you know, nurturing wealth at this time, how to plan, how to pay, how to save. These could be some major themes for you. And then we have this lovely Ace of Cups qualified by the Hermit, which is technically Virgo ruled. And these are obstacles to the situation, right? So we have, you know, full heart, or expecting the best, or maybe even just being new and innocent in your heart about something, and then having to take a step back. We need to go inward. We need to be reflective at this time. The answers are within. You could need to maybe... This is so curious because this is literally the isolation card. This is someone who goes within, or sort of closes the door, or and not just goes within their own home, but goes within their own heart, seeks the light for themselves. So this could be essentially an opportunity for you to do that if you're not already doing that at this time. You know, again, it looks like we're worrying less about, you know, until maybe the third to fourth week of the month. We're still, you know, at least at the beginning of April, we're still in this very hopeful position while going within and finding positivity, looking for positivity and inspiration and a source of love and perhaps even innocence within ourselves. So here we have 2 majors. So this is your desired aim, or like what is likely achievable. So here we have the Devil card and the Star card. You know, 2 majors, right? We are looking at some houses here. We're looking at the 8th and 11th house. So 8th house is sex, death, and rebirth, and then the Star is healing, technically. So we are looking at healing, sex, death, and rebirth issues for yourself. There are a lot of characters here, guys. There are a lot of, technically, there are people indicated, both in the court cards, and then there are some really strong personalities. Now, whether you're dealing with, say, a Capricorn, for example, or another Scorpio, or a Pisces, you may not be dealing with these, or an Aquarius, you may not be dealing with these people, but these are the energies or the houses that they refer to, right? 12th house, 8th, 11th. So again, we're dealing with legacies, wills and estates. Taurus is opposite Scorpio, so this is probably shared finances. We have a lot of that 10 of Pentacle energy here, you know, legacy, grandparents, etc. And some healing energy here. So you're looking at healing 10th house energy situation. Now this is social status. This is wealth. This is paternity, right? It's father. It's, you know, papa energy. And there's a lot of healing here, or someone who is in that position in your life does need healing at this time. Certainly 11th house energy really does speak to humanity, right? So we could need to, at a very deep level, heal some of these deep emotional concerns, because Scorpio is an extremely deep sign here, ruled by the Death card. So, and Capricorn actually gets along very well with the water signs, even though it's an earth sign. They can be quite sensitive as well. So there's some sensitivity around healing, say, a public image could be a matter for you for the first 2 weeks. So we have in the distant past, the moon qualified by the Five of Pentacles. A lot of people are in the same boat here, guys. We just don't know what to do with the lack of funds or feeling rejected or left out at this time. We could feel like we're left out in the cold. We could feel like we don't have a lot of help. There's a lot of shadow work here. There's a veil. There's something that's unclear. It is going to be cleared up in the very near future, thank God, thanks to this High Priestess over here. The answers are available. We just have to have the eyes to see. Now with the moon, there's so much shadow. There's too many questions. There's too many unknowns. Now, in some instances, this could be considered exciting or even adventurous, but, you know, qualified by the Five of Pentacles, it probably just feels like a little bit of a letdown. Probably just feels like a little bit of a chore at this time. So here's our first swords. You have the most swords out of all the other readings I've done so far, which is really, we're talking about communication and the mind. This is where things begin. So you might have to help yourself emotionally here by the way that you're thinking, is how I might apply that. 10 of Pentacles, qualifying the Page of Swords here. So getting more information, you may feel a little bit misled, miscommunicated with, like there's a lack of information, or seeking more information around this legacy issue. Could be very important to you right now, Scorpio. And this is in your recent past, right? Could be that you're just in touch with people who are older than you in your family, and you have to look at wills and estates. You have to look at older people who have health problems at this time, or income or finance matters at this time. And I would suggest here, if you're dealing with a younger air sign or someone who has some information to share with you, or you're sharing with them, if you are being misled or you're misleading someone else by in any way, I don't see it as being intentional. This is a truth-seeking card. It's just that this energy is aware that something's missing. And it could just be information regarding legacy or long-term income. So here we have our, new influence or something to discover. This is extremely deep energy, Scorpio. It's very rare that I see the Death card qualifying the High Priestess. I want to mention here that we are dealing with both Moon and we are dealing with technically Scorpio, but the planets are Mars and Pluto. This is deep change. This is extraordinary transformation. In the Death card, something will never be the same again by seeking. See, back here with the Moon, in the recent distant past, rather say 2 weeks ago, it was hard to get any information. It was hard to sort of see what's next, even if you asked questions, even if you went within. Here, I would say by the 2nd to 3rd week of April, guys, you're going to be able to go within. You're going to be even able to say to yourselves, what do I need to know? What do I need to know? And just make it a little mantra for yourself, and something will be provided to you. Something is going to be crystal clear to you, possibly in a place that you didn't expect to find it, or from a person you didn't expect to hear it from. And it could just very well come from within. It could just be an aha moment for you. You could just hear something on the news. Again, issues of communication are going to be extremely likely here. News is coming in. But in terms of these two cards together in your near future, or something you are to discover, you're going to discover something extremely deep and powerful here by the 2nd week related to this issue for you. I don't necessarily see it to be upsetting or anything, but it could be a little revolutionary for you. I'm saying that because we do have, of course, this Aquarius energy up here, and then we're finishing with Sagittarius energy over our Libra energy. So there's a lot of positivity, but there could be some sudden changes or review. Here in the position about how you feel about the situation, we have this sort of board 4 of Cups qualified by the Knight of Swords. So a lot of energy is around communicating right now, trying to get information. You could be bored with what you're hearing. You could have been bored emotionally, and then you sort of see him rushing in to her. So something that you were sort of bored or nonplussed about, or really, was uninspired about, that could change very quickly here, or at least you're seeking that. How you feel about the situation is that you need more information. You need to raise your, I would say, your inspirational level. You need something here information-wise or communicative-wise to make you feel like just happy or pleased or settled. But information is coming. The Knight of Swords is full of news. So that's certainly something that you're feeling about the situation. How others are seeing you at this time is the Page of Cups, right? So we have more Cups energy, and then the Three of Swords. Now, don't let this throw you off necessarily. This is quite creative energy. But when anytime we're looking at swords, we are looking at a little bit of a cold, sort of clinical energy. And it's always interesting to see swords matched or qualifying, emotions, right? Or our, emotional world, because we have to maybe get clinical about an emotional situation. And that's what it looks like here. How other people are seeing you right now. You may just be like, matter of fact, right? About something that you find emotional. You could be dealing with a younger water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces individual. Could be a family member, it could be a child, could be you. You could have some more water in your own chart, Scorpio. But nonetheless, there is some clinical, say, maybe even harsh or abrupt words or conversations or terminology around this person or situation. But it's true, and this is the good thing about it. You are dealing with someone who's interested in the truth, and it's something you can get creative about with somebody else. So not all is lost there, guys. Here we have, you can tell I just cut my nails. Can't grab the cards here. We have our hopes and fears. This is really nice to see here. Believe it or not, right? We have the Knight of Wands matched with the Strength card, okay? So we know that this is Leo ruled. This is you really having a lot of personal strength. You need a lot of personal strength right now. You need to hold yourself to the highest bar. This is technically both fire energy, Jupiter and Sun. This is extremely positive, believe it or not, to have these in your hopes and fears position. She's kind of even looking at this as well. So you have the opportunity to really rely on yourself and show yourself as being a true leader at this time, Scorpio. You can really stand out and help and protect other people. You could be dealing with a child or children at this time as well, just because of the 5th house energy ruled by the Strength. And then here with your outcome or advice, Queen of Swords, qualified by Temperance. Now, I'm going to hold this up. Hopefully you can see Temperance a little bit better. She's kind of the alchemist there. It is Jupiter energy, and this is expansion energy. So a lot of information, but again, we're looking at clinical, we're looking at cold, maybe even reports. You could be reading reports right now, and it's not very exciting. It's not a romance novel, but it is going to be helpful, and it is expanding. So you're getting a lot of information, or you're seeking it, or it's available to you, at least by the end of the month here, and it will be very helpful in healing. We have some Jupiter energy at the end of the month indicated for you as well. So there couldn't be a lucky period for you somehow at the end of the month, guys. Queen of Swords also indicates a Libra individual or 7th house energy. Of course, that's partnerships and relationships. They could be expanding. You could be learning a lot about someone else. I hope you saw the big owl, the white owl on her shoulder. Of course, if you can say anything about that Queen of Swords, but you better say that she's honest and wise, because she's the wisest of all the queens. She has, if there's something, she's been there. She's seen it. She's seen it and bought the t-shirt. So that queen has seen a lot. Nothing can really disturb her. So when I say she's cold, it's not because she's cold-hearted. It's because she's seen a lot. She knows what's up, right? And still she remains unafraid. So you, by the end of the month, could really be in quite a heroic position, Scorpio. I don't really think about what I'm saying too much. I just want to throw that out there. I'm really not even thinking. I'm just looking, I'm assessing, I'm feeling. If you are a doctor, if you are in the health field right now, Scorpio, and goodness knows many of you are, or in the healing professions of some sort, you could really you could be the answer to a lot of problems right now. You could really set something in motion that creates a healing. Look at this, the Star and Temperance, guys. That is enormous, both healing and protection. So I kind of hope you're in the healing professions, because this is a stunning reading for you. One just flipped over. Oh. I thought it was still up. I did turn one around. I want them to, there we go. I want them to jump out. Here we are, guys. So emerging. Yes, you are coming out of something. You know what? It's hard not to say that you aren't about to find yourself or your true potential or even your calling at this time. And no, I don't have judgment. I get it. I don't have judgment in this reading for you. But there is something so deeply fascinating about what you are allowing, how you are allowing yourself to grow in perhaps even a difficult or unusual situation where you are able to go within and find the answers. Not only able, willing, will. This is the stuff of heroes over here, guys. So absolutely amazing. Amazing. Emerging is beautiful because it allows for something to grow. So you have a lot of positive energy to add to the world right now. Retreat. Well, no kidding. Here with the Hermit, right? It's time to disconnect from the world. Now, you know, stay in touch. We can always video call. We can always read books. You can still go for walks in nature and so forth. You know, don't retreat from the human beings you love the most, including, you know, your family, for example, but certainly take care of yourself. And when they say retreat, I'm really going to read this as, you know, go within. You have a lot to learn within. There is enormous inspirational and I would even say occult knowledge that's buried within you right now. I'd say by the 2nd to 3rd week that if you go within, and even if, as I said with that mantra, you know, what do I need to know? What do I need to know? And then just don't do anything about it. You don't have to go read. You don't have to go look at videos. You just go, what do I need to know? And then just go make your dinner and go on with your life. I bet you within 24 hours of asking that as a mantra, something's going to show up as an answer for you, and it's going to be wildly, it'll shift some things for you, but it could be the difference between seeing something you don't want to see or being the hero here. We have opossum. We have diversion. What are we trying to get away from here? What are we trying to avoid? And it is on top of round and round. A round and round is really looking at a dramatic situation having to do with karma. Okay, this is really nothing we can wipe our hands of, frankly. This is different than the karma that comes from the other card in this deck, the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. It's not coming to me right now, but it's something that's on repeat, like the story never ends type thing. This is different. That's more drama. This is like high scale. You can really grow and become something that you were meant to be. It's hard not to say a calling is evident for you here. And then diversion is very interesting here as well. Try not to let someone else's news bring you down here. Protect yourself, protect your energy, divert yourself from something that you feel smaller than you right now, and really level up. Really overall, a really generous reading for you. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you do, leave a comment below. I enjoy hearing from you, and if you like my content, like, share, and subscribe. Please enjoy your bi-weeklies and your daily reading on Instagram. That's for everyone, and it's free. So Scorpio, take good care of yourselves. Please join me in the next video for your sign. Until then, bye for now.